Hello, it's the 5th of April and welcome to the first half of April vlog. So it is a Saturday. I haven't started reading anything yet this month, but I've already hauled 5 books. If you see my TBR video, you'll know there's only 5 books on there, and one is a month-long book. Guess who isn't starting that today? I'm going to be honest, I want to start The Mystery of the Vegan Castle, if I read that spelling correctly, but I don't want to read it this weekend. I want to try and at least get some books started and finished, so I can then start that next week. So the plan for this weekend is to start and finish 2 authors that I know I can read in a day. The first one being The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden, book 3 in the Housemaid series. If you watch my March vlog, you will know I've not had the best track with Frida McFadden recently, but I have enjoyed the Housemaid trilogy so far, so hopefully I will enjoy this one. Slight spoiler in regards to what this book is about if you haven't read the other 2, or if you have read the other 2 and, well, 1 and not 2. Anyway, in this book you follow Millie and Enzo, who are happily married with 2 preteen children. They have settled down in a nice suburb. However, Millie's past is coming to catch her. And obviously we all know Enzo's not like a fairly white as snow character either. This is 384 pages, if I remember correctly. Oh, it's less. It's less. 383, so I'm only 1 page off. And as I've said quite regularly, I read Frida McFadden quite quickly. I find her a quick author, so I should have this finished by the end of today. It's probably not going to be a should, it probably will be a will, which means the other book I aim to start and finish, just because again I find this author a quick author. However, just realising how thick this book is, maybe finishing it I'm about to say today, I mean this weekend, is a bit of a stretch, and that is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This is 443 pages. I think, even though I've only just checked it, I will double check again. Yep, 443. Ali is one of the very few romance authors that I auto buy and read and enjoy. So yeah, so I started with Ali when she wrote The Love Hypothesis. Even though I'm not a science girly, I devoured that. I devoured all her adult books. Really enjoyed Checkmate, which is her YA book, and I enjoyed Mate. I believe it's Mate? Bride. Sorry, Bride. Her steps into the paranormal, I will say. I need to actually pre-order that sequel. So yeah, so I'm not sure if Deep End, going back to the book in my hand, is YA or adult. Thinking because it is set in a college, maybe it's a new adult book, maybe. So yeah, so I aim to have this finished by then tomorrow, depending how I go on with good old Frida. But yeah, if I can get these 2 done, then I can start doing Vegan Castle Monday night and read that throughout the week, and then aim to have that finished by the end of this vlog, so I can then start my 24-hour reading challenge. But if I do finish these this weekend, that's 800 pages read in a weekend, and I'll be a happy sheller. It is currently 5 to 3. There is a series finale. Series finale. The Gladiators, if you've never seen it. Love that TV show. Loved it in the 90s. The Sky version, didn't really like that much. BBC version, I like it. And that semi-final is on at 5:50, so I could get a good chunk of The Housemaid is Watching finished. Good chunk read by the time that starts, because I will break off and watch that. So yeah, I'll come back to you about 5:45, tell you how far I am, or if I've finished. Let's see which happens. Yeah, let's hope it's a higher star rating than the past. I'll say the last book, let's be honest, the last book has been. Hello, it's 10 to 5, I think then. It's been exactly 2 hours since I started this vlog and I finished The Housemaid is Watching. Like I said, quick read, 3 stars. If I'm honest, 2.5. Yeah, I feel like this is like a 180 on our main character's like whole personality throughout these past 2 books. I didn't get her character this book. Enzo was still Enzo. What came out about him, obvious. The side characters, the couple, something worse needed to happen to them. But the single mum, I get. By the end of this book, I get exactly why she was the way she was. Yeah. The kid characters, I saw the truth, but I didn't guess the kid correctly, so yeah. And once it was revealed, like I said, once it was revealed the twist with the kid, looking back, well, thinking of what I've already read, I was like, oh, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah. But 3 stars. I actually think I'm going to get rid of the full series. If I can find the full series. Yeah. Oh, there. Sorry, I've just looked at my shelves. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of the full series. It was okay. Actually, no, I'm going to keep this series, or trilogy, because I actually enjoyed this trilogy. I think I gave the other 2 books 4 stars or 3 stars. So I might keep them, and then when I actually get bookshelves, I might get rid of them. But yeah, book 12 of the year done. Does mean I can start Deep End today. I'm not going to start it straight away just because I'm going to have some tea and then I'm going to watch Gladiators. But this is like 443 pages, so I might read 10 or 20% tonight, let's see. But if I do finish it in good time tomorrow, I may start the Mystery at Dunvegan Castle. I may not, who knows. But yeah. I need to pick a colour now for my books read tracker. But I'll update you sometime with my update. Well, with where I am with Deep End and thoughts, obviously. Hello, it's Sunday. It's like 5:15. I didn't end up starting Deep End until 2 hours ago. I'm 49% of the way through it. Loving it. It's currently a 5-star. Did not expect to be giggling so much at a scene from like within the first 100 pages. If you've read this book, all I'm going to say is elephants. If you haven't read this book yet, read this book. Literally, Ali very rarely doesn't write really good romance books, and this is such a good romance book. As I thought, it is NA/adult, so there is some spicy scenes, and there is not a spoiler really because it is in the first. It's before you even start the prologue. Where is it? Let me show you it. Yeah, so just a bit of a trigger, I'll say, to some people. So yeah, and that's actually led to to the scene that I keep giggling at. I am loving Lucas and Scarlett. Their whole thing, I am loving, and it's the fact it's so obvious that he has been in love with her for years. Not a spoiler, because when you get his ex speaking to her when she's in a scene when she's drunk, one of the things she says, and it's like, yeah, he's been pining for Scarlett for years. And it's I love the fact that Ali's made it really clear why Scarlett's kind of the way she is. So yeah, currently it is a 5-star, I'm not going to lie. I will most likely end up finishing this tonight. I will let you know my final thoughts, but if you need a giggly book, not because you're giggling at the romance, but you're giggling at like the scenes and scenarios, at this moment, Deep End is that book, because I'm not joking. For some reason, all I keep thinking is elephant. And it's making me giggle like no tomorrow. So, yeah. So happy I picked this up. Hello, it's 7:10. I've just finished Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. 5 stars. I couldn't take the smile off my face reading this book. I'm not gonna lie, I did see that happen near the end with that character and them characters. I saw that coming. That would be my one kind of little thing, is that character got forgiven quite quickly, in my opinion. I wanted a bit more grovelling, but I understood why, because that character was not the main focus of this book. I love Lucas and Scarlett as a couple. I adore them. They complement each other so much. That epilogue made me want to cry a little bit. I finished it, and even though I'm happy with the book, I'd have loved that to have been extended a little bit for the little snippets we get. Yeah, I love it. I love Ali's writing. I love her storytelling. I don't read a lot of romance authors. I think Ali and Beth O'Leary are the only two that spring to mind that are author-by authors for me, in that realm. And yeah, I adore. I need more, but I've actually read all of Ali's books, so it's fine. But yeah, I love this book. And the kink bit that was discussed, that the way that was portrayed, I have very little knowledge of that world, not gonna lie. It wasn't in the way that it's normally portrayed in the media. If you know what the most famous one of them is out there, like books around BDSM and stuff like that. It wasn't like that. It was a shared mutual understanding of each other and what they liked, what they didn't like. And them scenes were, without being too much. So yeah, book 13 of the year done. Yay! I could potentially start Castle at Dunvegan Castle. No, the mystery at Dunvegan Castle, whatever it is, tonight. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. What I am gonna do is, because you can probably see my undressed pillows, is make my bed, put some washing away, make sure everything's ready for work tomorrow, although it should be quiet because it is the start of our Easter tomorrow, so. And then I think get a nice relaxing shower and then watch some YouTube while looking at potential plans, not reading plans, life plans. I have a very busy summer life-wise. I have stray kids, I have a family holiday / wedding at the beginning of August, stray kids is July, and then 3 days after I come back from that family wedding, I go see Blackpink. Me and my friend weren't planning on going to see Blackpink, and then we looked at ticket prices and went, stuff it, we'll find a way, let's go. And then there is, I don't want to say too much in case the person is watching, but there is a very important birthday in my life, end of October, and I have to think of plans of what I can do for that person. If she is watching, I again can't say too much. So the next couple of months are me thinking what my plans for that person. Are they too big or not too big? And then next year there are 2 big things at the moment. Both Twice and BTS announced ours next year. This girl is going to be all over that. and that, so I have to plan things. That's waffling. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I will probably hopefully see you tomorrow when I have read some little bit of the mystery at Dunvegan Castle, if that is the name of it. And I will also tell you how much I need to read each day before so I can finish that book before I start my 24-hour reading challenge. And I also need to plan that out a little bit more and decide a date. But then I also need to think, well, I also need to speak to my sister about when she's going to come and help me finish decorating the living room, because if I can't plan a 24-hour reading on the day before or after that, because I'll be shattered all the day of. So yeah, I'm going to stop waffling, like I've said again, and I will see you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday the 11th of April. Yes, it's been 5 days since I last came to you. I haven't started the mystery at Dunvegan Castle. I actually had filmed a clip last night saying I'm going to start this tonight, read it today, finish it tomorrow, and then start my 24-hour challenge Sunday. Since then, I have had many rethinks about that 24-hour challenge. And it's made me not want to start this. So I didn't want to force myself to start, then potentially DNF, and then go into a slump. So I haven't started. But I am going to end this video here because my 24-hour reading challenge is now going to become a 48-hour reading challenge. From 12 o'clock tomorrow, which is 12 a.m. Saturday morning, to 12 a.m. Monday morning. I am not staying up for the full 48 hours. This is why the 24-hour challenge has changed. I am going to sleep. But I will explain more in the 48-hour reading vlog. So this should hopefully come out, I'm going to say Sunday. No, I will make it live Monday at about 9 a.m. because I already have most of it edited. I just need to edit this. And then that means Monday I can sleep and also edit the 48-hour challenge. So, yeah. Let me get the 2 books that I have read for the start of April. So these are the 2 books I read in what has essentially become a weekend reading vlog instead of a beginning of April reading vlog. But yeah, 2.5 stars, 5 stars. So these are the 2 books I have read in what has essentially been a weekend reading vlog. A 2.5 star and a 5 star. So 2 books out of the 5 I put on my TBR. Hopefully after the 48-hour reading challenge, my blog will be me reading these 3. But let's see how I feel after the challenge. So saying that, I will see you in the 48-hour reading challenge vlog. Bye.